His wife went missing 15 years ago. Then he received an anonymous message. His wife Sarah, a beloved member of the community, left to go to the store and was never seen again. Daniel thought about Sarah a lot. He could never quite bring himself to take down the photos of her from around the house. There was one photo of her from their wedding day that he really loved. 2 days ago, Daniel found himself staring at it so intently that he almost didn't notice the phone ringing. It was an unknown number. He shrugged and picked it up anyway. Hello? He heard a strange rustling noise on the other line.
Daniel, thank goodness I finally reached you. Daniel, it's me. It's Sarah. Are you there?
When he heard her name, it was like his heart stopped beating for a moment. Sarah? His Sarah? But that wasn't possible. Whoever this was, it was not his wife. I don't know who you are, but you're not Sarah, he hissed coldly into the phone. Stop calling this number. He had dealt with a lot of these calls, especially when Sarah first went missing. Con artists, fraudsters, anyone who wanted to manipulate a grieving husband. He knew none of them were his wife.
No, Daniel, wait. You have to listen to me. It's me, Sarah. You have to believe me.
She was sounding desperate now. Why are you doing this? He asked angrily.
Daniel, please, it's me. It's your wife, Sarah. It's me.
She continued to plead, but he had had enough. Don't call this number again, he firmly told her, hanging up. He assumed it was all over. The next day, Daniel asked a friend to help him repair his plumbing system. They were both taking a break when his phone began to ring again. He noticed that the call was coming from an unknown number, just as it had the day before. He picked up the phone and he heard the same rustling sound. It was unsettling in a strange way. Daniel already knew what this call was and he wasn't happy about it. I told you not to call this number, he said.
Daniel, thank goodness I finally reached you.
The very same words that she had said the day before.
Daniel, it's me. It's Sarah. Are you there?
I don't have time for this, he hissed into the phone. I know you're not Sarah. Stop calling me. He hung up the call and walked back to his friend, who looked confused. Who was that? His friend asked. It was some prank caller pretending to be Sarah, he told him, rolling his eyes. I thought I had left all that behind. I even changed my phone number. I don't know how this woman got a hold of my new one. Pretending to be Sarah? His friend echoed. That's really strange. Did you tell anyone about it, like the police? No, he shook his head. He then made it clear that that was the end of the conversation. Daniel woke up the next day not expecting to receive any more calls from an unknown number. However, he was quickly proven wrong. As soon as he started to walk downstairs, the phone rang again. He picked up the phone, hearing the same eerie rustling. He couldn't explain it, but a shiver ran up his spine.
Daniel, thank goodness I finally reached you.
The usual message of hysteria coming through the phone. He was used to hearing it by now.
Daniel, it's me. It's Sarah. Are you there?
I gave you a warning. I said if you called again, I would be taking legal action. He spoke into the phone loudly.
I'm not lying to you. I would never lie to you, Daniel. It's me, Sarah.
She continued to plead, but he had heard enough. Don't call this number again, he firmly told her. Daniel hung up the phone for the final time. He knew the woman wasn't Sarah. He knew for a fact she wasn't. He knew it because on January 7th, 2008, Sarah, a beloved member of the community, was offed, and Daniel was the one who offed her. Sarah was an incredibly beautiful woman. Daniel couldn't believe his luck when she first started showing interest in him. He didn't have a lot of experience when talking to women, and he was ecstatic that someone like Sarah had chosen someone like him. Daniel loved her for every single second of their marriage. He loved her even after she found out that Sarah was cheating on him. He had accidentally stumbled across a string of romantic messages between Sarah and one of her co-workers. She was planning to leave Daniel for him. She was so beautiful, so bright, so full of life. He couldn't lose her. So he took her life. In his mind, it was the only way that she would be his, and only his, forever. When the police arrived, he had made up an elaborate lie that she had gone out to run an errand and never came home. That same lie is what ended up on the headlines of national news. Daniel didn't even know if he would get away with it. But a year passed, then another year. 15 years passed and no one ever saw through him. He was about to walk upstairs when he heard a small tapping at the window. Then it was the sound of the window opening, and that's when he heard the rustling that paralyzed him with fear and sent his mind into a state of panic. Then he heard her.
Daniel, thank goodness I finally reached you.
The voice was coming from inside the house now.
Daniel, it's me. It's Sarah. Are you there?